Hello, lovely people. Hello, all you beautiful souls that decided to join me again today. I'm rubbing my hands because it's a bit chilly today in Cape Town. We've had lots of rain. If you haven't joined me before, my name is Lisa Jane. I'm a healer and a spiritual guide, and I work for my practice in Cape Town, South Africa. And these Sunday night series were prompted or brought to me by Spirit a good few weeks ago in the middle of lockdown. So if you haven't watched any of them before, please take a look back because there's a lot of information on some very pertinent topics right now. So let me start off by saying you're welcome to say hello on the chat. Just to say hi, I'm here. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you here. I may not always read all the messages because I also try and keep my attention focused on you in the camera. But if there's anything I don't manage to answer or kind of answer, if you are asking a question, then just drop a comment or an email and I'll try and do that. Let me first set my intention for these sessions because intention is the most important thing. My intention with these sessions is to bring through, hello Celeste, is to bring through information, healing, and guidance for your highest good. Hello, Kristen. And as we know, or those of you that will have heard me speak know that we are all energy. And so really I'm engaging with you and I'm speaking with you and I'm sharing words. But ultimately what I'm doing is I'm channeling energy and I'm bringing that through for you. So hopefully you feel it in some way, that you feel uplifted or enlightened in some way after our chat. And we are all engaging. Hello, Colette. Nice to see you. Hello, Deborah. We are all engaging with each other right now in what is happening, right? With this big field of sometimes chaos, confusion, but also lots of love and compassion. So I also want to start off by wishing all you lovely ladies, sorry guys who are watching, a beautiful, beautiful, happy, blessed Women's Day. I hope you've been spoiled by your loved ones or you have done whatever it is you felt like doing, even if that's just tucking under bed and watching Netflix. So I wish you such a beautiful day and I hope that the evening is gentle and treats you well. When I was tuning in today, because let's get to that, right? I'm here to talk. When I was tuning in today as to what it is I wanted to talk to you about or what Spirit guided me, there was actually so much that came through. And I'm not going to be able to speak about it all tonight, but I thought I'd tap into what I shared around the Lionsgate portal, since many of you who kind of tune into the energetic sources know this was a big day yesterday. And me being a Leo, it is always one of those times in the year when I feel it a lot. Hello, Clara. Thank you. And that day in particular was a huge heart awakening for me some 9 years ago now. So I've felt the energies, I've worked with the energies, and I fully understand what's happening. Well, I try to understand what's happening. So that was a big day yesterday, and we're still kind of moving through that. So I thought I'm going to talk about that topic. If you haven't read some of my posts on Instagram and Facebook, that topic was around self-sabotage. But before I step into that, I really felt that I needed to share something with all of you. Because, well, I'm actually a bit of a scientist at heart, right? I like facts. And that's sometimes the battle with me because it's like, give me the textbooks and everything so that I can share, but they're not always available. And my spiritual team are sharing, but they're not the kind of, it's not the kind of connection you can just run around and say, can you confirm this for me, please? So what I want to show you is something you will have heard me speak about before. And that is one of the videos that I posted last May. And again, I post these videos and they find people when they need them. I had at that time a number of clients coming to see me and a whole number of other people who were saying they felt as if they were crying for no reason, that they would be at the supermarket and they just burst into tears. These were people who weren't necessarily going through hard life moves or changes, but they really felt that this crying for no reason just happened out of nowhere. If you haven't watched that video, please watch it. But I'm going to show you a bit of a picture Because if you don't believe that spiritual awakening is happening, or that the world is changing and we are all opening up, and especially around our heart centers, well, I've got the data to prove it. Because I want you just to take a look at this. Okay, so this is just a printout, and I have to peek my head around the corner so I can see what I'm doing. You can see this is YouTube analytics that it gives me, right? Now, what is interesting is this blue line here, that was kind of when I posted the video. So it kind of, I haven't got many subscribers, so it was just kind of bubbling along. But in December of last year, which is kind of around here, there was this massive explosion, right, in people watching. Now, if I had to do a country analysis, you would see that most of these views, because it's had 9,000, are from people in America. It is now exploding for people in India. And the analytics of these people is actually quite young. They're from 16, 17, 18 through to 28. And what they are doing is Googling, why am I sad? Why am I crying for no reason? This is powerful stuff, right? It's sad, but it's powerful. Because what it's showing is actually humanity is going through their own kind of earthquake, in the sense that we are all connected and we are all feeling one another. Not only that, but the heart center being our satellite dish, and you'll have heard me speak about this before, is receiving stuff that might be yours, but is other people's too. Hello, Zoe. And the sadness, unfortunately, in our society, and this is what I want to speak about, but sadness, but it has a joyous ending, right? But sadness in our society has been shunned, especially amongst the males, perhaps. And I know it's Women's Day, but we're going to talk about them men too, right? Because they're also rising up, who have not been able to express that sadness. People are expressing sadness because they haven't been. Oh, Aurora. Hello, so glad you can finally join us. Thank you for coming to the live as it happens. So the sadness is showing us very clearly that people are opening up. Now, for me, sadness as an experience, as a feeling, as an emotion, is an emptying out. But it's a clearing out, it's a washing out, so that we can begin to really make way for those things that are aligned to our truth. I also know I've had many people over the last couple of days say that they've just been sobbing and crying. Now, my message to you, or to anyone that watches this, who is in that space, is that you are not alone. This statistic here shows you that everyone, well, most everyone, who is on a path where they are being called to be guardians of this new earth, or to step into their truest self and highest vibration, are feeling the sadness of the collective, whether it be in their own life, or whether it be in their life of their ancestors, or in the lives of people around them. Humanity is crying out for change. That's my main message. That was the message that Spirit gave me when I was sitting meditating earlier in order to receive guidance as to what I needed to share with you. Humanity is crying out for change. This change is not going to happen overnight. But what I am also here to tell you, because this is a message that's been so loud and clear, and it's the message that forced me to start these YouTube Sunday series, because that was the one thing they said to me, is that you need, Lisa, whatever I want to call myself, you need to tell everyone, and you need to really push the strong message that it is up to every single person that you are the change. Clara, I hear you, I see you, and all of those other people out there who are sobbing and crying. It is a natural part of our evolution now, because the collective is being felt by everybody. I don't need to tell you that your dreams have increased. I don't need to tell you that you're dreaming of people more and more often, friends, relatives, loved ones that has passed, because even that realm is coming closer. We are even connecting to our loved ones that have passed, who want healing, who need healing, and who we maybe need healing from, right? So that message that Spirit gave me before talking to you tonight, crying for change, um, and then I wrote down, you are the change people. Because if we look at this new nation, new humanity, because we all know there's a lot of structures that are not working, then each one of us is one of those beautiful, light-filled jigsaw pieces. And so the message I got for this year continues, because every day they remind me, remember self-care, remember self-compassion. You are not going to be able to be that beautiful, shiny piece of jigsaw if you're not caring for yourself. And it is not selfish, it is self nurturing. And so, if you are finding, like Clara and many thousands, hundreds of thousands of others, that you are crying or sad for no reason, take the time to question it. Take the time to see if you're sad for yourself. And when sadness crops up, it's normally that there is a truth that hasn't been spoken, or that there's a truth that you've denied yourself. And self sabotage, if we bring in that story now that I got from Lions Gate, which is about self sabotage and forgiveness, self sabotage is really just you going against the truth of what you're receiving, either because you don't believe in yourself, because you don't think you'll match your dreams, because you feel that you're not worthy. We need to drop all those, because in dropping all those, you can then step up to be that beautiful piece of the jigsaw puzzle that is requiring us for this new space. Now, it doesn't mean you go off and throw everything and go on a mission to save the world or orphans, or it might, but more important than anything, it means that you show up in your own space, which is firstly your own field, with self-care, with self-love. And where you stop judging yourself, you stop trying so hard to be something you think you should be, and you unravel all of that with whatever means you can. I'm sorry, forgive me. The pono. I haven't said it properly, but you know the one, the Hawaiian forgiveness prayer. Whatever it is, just bring it right back and just acknowledge yourselves. And I am acknowledging all of you beautiful souls listening, that you are doing your absolute best with where you are now, with what you have gone through, with what you have to deal with what you have to cope with. And if you feel within you, when I say that you're not doing your best, then go and just tweak it a little bit, but with gentleness and with care. Because again, the strong energy, you are the change the world is waiting for. Because when you heal yourself, you heal others. And you will have heard me say that time and time again. But as women, as men, as children, as being, we are all part of one human field that is experiencing massive change. Don't underestimate that. We are experiencing massive change and massive shifts and massive ruptures of the heart energy field. And as difficult as it is to state, if I've learned anything in my 5 or 6 years of offering healing and in my life experiences and what I've gone through, is that this energy center, and I can't say it enough, is the most important energy center for us to work with right now when it comes to stepping into our truth and being of service to the world. Because over a number of years, we have been moving from the head to the heart. And we're continuing to move to that place. And this place, more often than not, is expanded and opened by suffering. And I know it sounds counterintuitive. No, or we don't. But this is the place where it has to happen. And glancing quickly because I can't read all of the comments so much, but what Aurora's saying is correct, is that you've got to go deep. This time where we're at, the time for change, really asks of you to look at yourself and work on those aspects of yourself in a gentle way. I'm not saying this has to be difficult. Well, sometimes it is difficult when we look at those deep wounds, but really take the time to commit. Don't look out there. Yes, listen to people like myself or others, or do meditations that offer you guidance. But more importantly, go silent, go in solitude, connect with nature, and start to listen. Start to listen to those rumblings of the heart. That's what I call them. Because the two main areas that are waking up now is this heart area and everything above it, because the heart is the rainbow bridge. It is our connector from the material plane to the heavenly plane, however you want to call it. And we can't go through that until this is open, or at least opening. So with my symbolism of the white rose that is becoming more and more powerful in my dreams, as a rose opens, as each petal blooms, each aspect of yourself that you step into in a loving way, in a gentle way, in the truth of who you are, opens up that heart center, that most beautiful place where our soul is anchored. And I'm going to speak soul today, and where we are all connected. Because as much as people may be feeling tummy rumblings or hot, throat issues, the fact that everyone who is responding to that video, and a lot of people, I say everyone, but a large proportion of the population are experiencing sadness. Sadness is an energy of the heart. Everyone is experiencing group collective consciousness at the heart center. And whilst you might have worked with energy and know about chakras and that, for me, my belief is that this is the one to worry about now. The others will take care of themselves. And if we look again in that, in terms of you are the change, and where you self-sabotage, look at those truths that you're not facing. And they may be small ones. They may seem irrelevant, but that irrelevant truth, like giving up chocolate biscuits, hands up, is actually a part of the opening of that, because it's a little voice that's saying, ultimately, this isn't good for you, Lisa Jane. Yes, you're right, Elizabeth. There's a lot of beautiful souls here. So every small truth matters, because if you don't follow that small truth, you are in fact self-sabotaging an opportunity to move into a higher you. And every self-truth you have the courage to look at clears out an aspect and opens up your heart to receive more of your life force. So with the sadness that is happening globally, we are being washed clean. And as I've mentioned before, it's like the center is open and we are being touched by the light of the divine. Celeste, you can keep going, it's for me. Touched by the light of the divine. I just have to repeat that again. Touched by the light of the divine. Because we are in a place where the old structures of religion, of education, of politics, of government are all collapsing. Where we are being asked to be the ground team. So while, I enjoy that too, while you can go into the starseed and the Pleiadians and everything beautiful, they're all here supporting us. But we're on the ground, people. We actually have the most important job. And anyone who is here on this planet, and anyone who listens to this, you are here for a reason at this point in time, because there is the recreation of a new place that is going to be more beautiful for everybody. Hello, Nula Cindy. So it's going to be beautiful for everybody. We may not be all here to live to see that. I'm hoping I will, because I'm going to live to 102. But we are all part of that. So if we can honor that, You may not be able yet to see yourself as the glorious, magnificent creative being you are. But if you can just gently acknowledge that you are part of the change, you are the change, you are what the world is waiting for. And I don't want to hear now, no, how can I be, I only do this and I do this and I do the job and I'm not this and I'm not. No, 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 no. You are an energetic being and you have the potential to be a vessel for universal life force that is joyous, that is happy, that is loving, that is compassionate, that is considerate. Because that's another thing. And I don't want to keep you going all night. But a big thing that has been coming through these last couple of days is kindness. Kindness is our superpower, and we have forgotten how to use it. Because you will have heard me speak before that if you want to bring in the life force, there's a softening, right? You've got to let go of control. Now, what more of a frequency to hold than that of kindness? Kindness is a soft energy. It's a flowing energy. It's the energy of the future, right? Because we are moving to a place, like I've said, more to a place of movement, of flowing, of flexibility, opportunities, potentials. Kindness as an energy, just close your eyes. I have no doubt that each one of you can feel kindness. And what if I said the first place you need to be kind to is yourself? Kindness of self. No judgment, no blame. No, I should have or I shouldn't have. Because if you should have, then why didn't you? And if you shouldn't have, then why did you? That's the self-awareness thing we need to look at. And again, with no judgment, use some sense of humor. It works for me a lot. Sometimes a bit weird, but it works for me. So if I remind you again, because I have to, because it blows my mind, of this here graph, right, that is showing thousands of people Googling on YouTube, crying for no reason, sad for no reason. Change is needed. And don't be afraid to be sad. Sadness is one of those kind of bottom line emotions that when you get there, then you know you're beginning to release. On top of that is anger, resentment, frustration, all of those things. But below any anger is sadness. Thank you, Aurora. I'm sure my children do too. Any anger that shows up is sadness underneath it. Anger is just your protective tool, right? So when you get to the sadness, you're getting down nice and deep. And that's a really, really positive thing. And I know at the time it may not feel like it, but for all those that might be watching who are feeling sad and lonely, you are not alone. And sadness is just the beginning of a path towards a happier, brighter place for everybody. And so if I go back to on Friday morning, we held a Zoom meditation for stepping into the Lionsgate portal. And I received, along with this imagery or focus on self-sabotage and why we need to drop it, I received this image, right? And again, it's my imagery. It may not work for you. But a portal, an energy portal, is a bit like a door. And that door stands in front of us with massive potential lying in wait on the other side. Now, we may not always open that door, but every portal, every energetic portal offers you the opportunity to go through, and then you step up, and then you have a whole new range of frequencies available to you. And that portal comes around every year, right? So if you're not ready this year, it might be next year. But when shown that imagery, in kind of was it the Star Trek series or those series where you have spaceships, because it has to be spaceship, right? Star energy coming in. It's like those doors that, those big metal round things, and it was round like that join together, and then they quietly open, and then you move through. Excuse the sound effects here. We are facing that. That's what the portal offers us. And the big image was of a person standing this side and just dropping everything. Just letting go. It means we need to release stuff. And I know this has been ongoing, and someone's going to say, oh my God, I've been letting go of stuff for how many years now? But this stuff that I'm talking about is the self-forgiveness. It is the self-sabotage. It is letting go of that for a kindness that you may never have shown yourself before. And what does that require? Much like the spaceman that goes off in his spacesuit and he's connected by that special tube to the spaceship for oxygen, whatever it is, the spacewalker. One day I'd love to do that, a spacewalk. Not just in my higher self, in this physical body. Anyway, is that channel exists. That is our connection to source. We need to trust that we're held, that we're not going to be floating off into nowhere, that we're not going to find ourselves scrambling for ground underneath our feet, that in allowing that kindness into our heart for self and for others, we will not only feel the support, we will expand into a new connection of source that we may never have experienced before. So if you take anything from this talk, I'm not so sure, I'm almost on half an hour, yeah. It's the awareness of the fact that it takes time. Front of the doorway. Thank you, Celeste. It takes time. It takes time in silence. It takes time in solitude. And it takes the most magical commitment to listening to the rumblings of your own heart, to ask where it is that there are truths that you don't find the courage to express, and to really ask for the strength and the courage to move into a place of expressing the truth, of following the truth that is dropping into your awareness, be they small or be they big. Because there is one thing I can guarantee you from my own journey, is that once you step into that place, this heart center just becomes this massive, overwhelming force that opens up to information, to guidance, and to a stepping stone of pathway that will lead you to your soul. And when I say soul, I'm talking about that expression of you that is aligned to your highest potential and all that is good for you. Because in bringing all that is good for you into your field, you can then send and radiate that out to everyone else. So I hope this message has in some way helped. Please, if you know anyone who's feeling really sad, who's crying a lot, take what resonated from me today and just share with them. Share with them that they're not alone, that it's a function of things changing, that it's a function of being cleaned out and washed out for a more joyful, happy experience. And again, I'm not saying sadness is bad, right? It is a process. It's a very important process in this heart center. But just know that we are all here. We are all in this together. We are all one field. And we can't save the world overnight, but we can continue to heal this and continue to show kindness. Kindness. I said just in my head. And truth. Those are the two words, kindness, truth. Show kindness because it softens you. It opens up the flow of divine energy. And kindness is our new superpower that can change the world. So with that, my beautiful, beautiful people, I thank you so much for listening. I thank you all for the comments. I always get which side is wrong because it's back to front of my screen. But I really, really deeply appreciate your time to show up And I hold all of you in my healing, loving intentions. And if you feel anyone would benefit from listening to this, please share. Thank you for those comments. And take care of yourselves, right? Seek help where you need it. Open your heart to receive. Ask for help. Ask for a hug. We're all here in this together. And I'm so grateful for this beautiful tribe and for all the beautiful people that I connect with. Grateful, grateful, grateful. And I hope it's helped. So much love to you. Have a blessed week ahead. If you want to ask anything, you can always email me directly. All of the links are below. If you haven't already, please subscribe and notify. I'm going to really try hard to make some more videos. I have been prompted, but I haven't been well this last week or so. And then with my mom and everything, it's kind of been a bit out of whack. But I will do so. So you're welcome to message me with things you'd like me to chat about or ask for guidance on. I will do my best. Right. So thank you so much to everyone. Have a blessed, blessed Sunday and rest of week. And may you be happy and abundant in every way. Chat to you soon again. Bye.